Good afternoon, everyone. Good evening, actually. Vikramjit, right at the beginning, you mentioned three words, I think. Whether AI is going to help people collaborate, whether it's going to disrupt, or whether it's going to enable. So, since you yourself mentioned that I wear many hats, I'll put it very simply. The three hats, what are the three hats? An actor, a director, a producer. As an actor, going by the standard, predominant anxiety, hype, assumptions, ideas about AI. And first of all, let me just put it out very bluntly that I am the least qualified amongst all these gentlemen to speak on the subject, because the gentleman sitting to my right, as you already know, is a brilliant scientist. Also, Vishwanathan has been making films. More than that, the way he spoke, I think Parambrata would have given him a run for his money. So I don't even feel like speaking after him. Or to my left are two gentlemen who are incredibly crafted, skillful in their crafts, and both are essentially technical crafts. So I am the sort of the Hongshomote Bokoja type to Kanita. I'm trying my best. So as an actor, it sort of, I think, disrupts me, going by the standard ideas about AI. Why? Because it's not take away my job. As a director, I don't know that. I'm saying going by the standard ideas which are floating around in the market. As a director, I look at it as a collaborator. Why? Because as Bedoda said, that as a director you need to keep pitching. And for the last 1 year or so, all our pitch decks are AI generated. Everything. And it really does make a difference, because you can actually give your client, whether your client is a producer, whether your client is a platform, whether if you're an ad filmmaker, whether your client is a client, like a proper client, you can give them a look and feel, and people really love that. It just really makes your life easier, because they can actually see how the end product is going to look like. They can actually have a look and feel of that. So it works as a collaborator. As a producer, again, going by the standard ideas floating around in the market, it's an enabler. Why? Because I get to make more for less. You know what I mean, right? So three hats have sort of a conflict of interest within the ecosystem itself, for me. So it's a very bit of a tricky situation for me. Honestly, I have not worked with AI myself, by my own hands. Apart from my knowledge about AI goes all the way till ChatGPT and Gemini and just about that. I have my interns, a lot of my interns, my assistants, they are brilliant at it. I ask them to make a deck. They are ready with an AI generated deck in 2 hours flat, which is fantastic. Absolutely. So it's a question of whether we let our creation become a Frankenstein. It's a question of whether we allow it to become a monster or not, as Vedha Prabhupada was pointing out. I personally do not feel that there is much need to be really anxious about or really hyped about. There is a general idea or there's an initial reaction, knee-jerk reaction to any new invention that comes out in the market, right? Whether it's OTT. So when the OTT started becoming popular, people said, okay, theatrical is going to become obsolete. It hasn't, right? I mean, in fact, it has been reinforced. OTT, FYI, is reaching a saturation gradually. And people are flocking to the theaters all the more. Yes, what has happened is people are going to theaters for a certain kind of films. And people are resorting to OTT for certain other kind of films, shows, content per se, broadly speaking. So there's a segregation that is happening. Bit of a sieving, chakni, basically, like আমরা বাংলায় বলি। সেই জিনিসটা করছে যে একটা চালুনি রাদার আর কি। যে এইটার জন্য এইটা, এটার জন্য এইটা। এরকম একটা জিনিস আমরা দেখেছি হতে। I think personally, similar things are going to happen. However, there are some first-hand perils of the AI, and it is not perils of the AI per se. It is these perils generate from the genesis of these perils lie in the use of the tools. Like for instance, these days, all financiers, not producers, financiers, people who pay money. It's very important. These are the most important people in our lives, actually. For us, people like us who are freelance actors, filmmakers, they all claim to understand script writing. Because what they do is they take chat GPT, they just put in a feed and the next day say मुझे सब sorry ঠিক এটা বাঙালি আইডিয়া যেই একটা খারাপ কথা বললাম হিন্দি চলে এলো মুখে দেখলেন নো সবসময় এটা বাঙালি ফিনান্সিয়ালরাও করে বাংলাতেও বলে তারা এই তো আমি সব জেনে গেছি সিনেমা কিভাবে লিখতে হয় কি তারা 4টি প্রম্পট দিয়েছেন জেমিনাই বা চ্যাট জিপিটিতে পাট সব চলে এসেছে এই তো এভাবে সিনেমা লিখে এটাকে বলে 3 অ্যাক্ট স্ট্রাকচার এতে এই হয় এই